Hi, welcome back to another episode of Tape Time with Tom. My name is Chris, and today we're doing another round of VHS Haul, and we'll be taking a look at all the VHS tapes that are acquired during the month of November. Now, as a reminder, my local thrift store no longer accepts VHS tapes, so I quickly gave them my name and my number, and on the first day I was able to get 4 boxes, well over 200 VHS tapes. In this video, we'll be taking a look at the second box. It's not as much as the previous episode, but we definitely have a good haul. And again, I'll be putting the number of the VHS tapes we'll be cataloging today right in the top right-hand corner. And again, we'll be taking a look at the VHS tapes that I already have in my collection, and then we'll be moving on to those that are new additions. Let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty then. Alright, first stack of VHS tapes that I already have in my collection, we're going to be taking a look at, really, this whole episode is just going to be like 99% Disney movies, so almost every single one of these is going to be a clamshell, I think, which is kind of cool. So, we have, first off, Beauty and the Beast, what is it, what year is this, 91, 92, all-time classic. Beauty and the Beast is an amazing movie. I actually got to see this in theaters back when they had that 3D re-release in 2011, I think. But yeah, no, this movie's amazing. If you guys haven't seen it, you gotta go see it. All right, next up is going to be the first all-time classic for Walt Disney, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Yeah, this movie's amazing. It's about Snow White. She makes some friends with some dwarves, and then the Wicked Witch wants to get her beauty. And I always thought it was funny how her name's Snow White, but she has black hair. So I don't know. It's an all-time classic. You gotta go see it. 84 minutes, hi-fi stereo. It's gonna be a lot of fun to rewatch this. Oh boy, Pinocchio. This is an all-time classic. We have 2 coming out this year already, and 1 last year. The last year one is, I can't wait to watch. It's about that kid who goes like, "Father!" And then we had another one that came out this year from Disney, and that was the one where Pinocchio looks like this Pinocchio, but everyone hates it. And then we had Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, which apparently is really good. So my idea is to do a quick rewatch of all of the Pinocchios that I could find, this one included, and then kind of rate them. So I might do that maybe in January or so, but who could say? And before you think about it, there are at least a handful of these VHS tapes that are the Black Diamond collection. So I'll make sure to point those out to you as we go along. Next up is going to be a fantastic movie, Hercules. I love Danny DeVito in this movie, and I really hope if they end up making a sequel, or not a sequel, if they make a quote-unquote live-action adaptation of this Hercules movie, I really just want them to bring Danny DeVito back because he's, is amazing. But yeah, Hercules is fantastic. You gotta go see it if you haven't already seen it. All right, here's one that I have not seen, though I have seen the original one. So we have Lady and the Tramp 2, Scamp's Adventure, which is about, I guess, the kids of the lady in the Tramp from the first movie, their children, having a blast around town or something like that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching this eventually. It's not high on my list, but I'm sure this will be a heck of a lot of fun. Fun for the whole family. All right, so next up is going to be, actually this might be the only Black Diamond for this episode, The Rescuers Down Under. It's Australia. It's got the little fella. This is the princess, the Disney princess we always wanted, that dragon who likes eggs. Black Diamond Rescuers. This is worth like $5,000. It's not worth $5,000. I got this for free, and I'm pretty sure I already have it in my collection. I probably bought it for 10 cents. I don't know. Maybe this is an all-time classic. Who could say? I'm looking forward to watching it again. Oh, speaking of Lady and the Tramp, we have the first one. The first Lady and the Tramp. The one where they finally meet together. This has the Siamese cats, Scotty the dog, all the other dog, the dog that looks like she has a black eye, the classic spaghetti scene. Don't feed spaghetti to dogs unless it's appropriate, food-wise, I'd say. I'll be honest, I haven't seen this in quite a long time, so I can't say if it's actually really good or not. All right, now we have All the Colors of the Wind, Pocahontas, which I definitely watched a whole lot. We have John Smith, we have Pocahontas, and we have the tree, and we have the raccoon, and the hummingbird, and the little dog. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Remember this one being kind of scary, and at times with the racist white man, one of many, I'm sure. And I don't know, I'm looking forward to rewatching this again. I have not seen this in quite some time. But yeah, Pocahontas. It's a Walt Disney masterpiece, part of the core 90s golden era. All right, let's stick with more of the Disney, then we'll wrap up with the two other ones. All right, we have Walt Disney's Cinderella, which is about the young woman named Cinderella who is under the thumb of her wicked stepmother and her stepsisters, and then she goes out and she meets the bippity boppity boop, that godmother who gets her some shoes and turns some rats into horses, I think. But then she meets a handsome prince, and then she has to leave at midnight, and then the shoe gets left behind for some reason, and then the prince is able to find who it is via the shoe. Wow, I have not seen this in a long time, but that's pretty much the gist of the story. And last but not least is going to be one of my all-time favorites, The Aristocats. I gotta say, I love this one mainly because of the cats, and then number two is probably the jazz. My sister and I rewatch this all the time. It would have been a lot of fun to have a cat that looked like these, but we have one of our orange cats kind of looks like him if he wasn't so fat. Yeah, this is one of my favorites. All right, so the last two of the tapes that I already have in my collection is going to be all just in time for Christmas. It's going to be Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas from Ron Howard, starring Jim Carrey and a whole bunch of people. Taylor Momsen. Anthony Hopkins does the narration, which I completely forgot. Man, this movie is a trip. It is a little bit of kinder trauma, but you kind of need kinder trauma during a Christmas movie. It's weird. I'm willing to bet a lot of people who did not grow up watching this movie are not going to like it because it's so weird, but you gotta watch it because it's tradition and it's a lot of fun. And once you get used to watching it and being uncomfortable by it, then you'll learn to love it. Yeah, you know, that's just how it is sometimes. And last but not least, for the collection that I already have is going to be Wizard of Oz, which is, again, an all-time classic. We visited this a couple episodes ago, I think, and yeah, Wizard of Oz, fantastic. You gotta go watch it. All right, let's go ahead and make a quick intermission, and then we'll go into the VHS tapes that are new to my collection. Okay, so we have a number of other VHS tapes that are going to be new to my collection, and this one is going to be the only one that is not a children's movie. Some would argue that other movies aren't for children, but they're still animated, but still, this one is definitely not for children. It's going to be the Barbra Streisand, Chris Christopherson, A Star is Born clamshell from, I'm blanking on the year, 1976, I think, and this VHS tape is a release from '83. I've seen only the Bradley Cooper, Lady Gaga adaptation of A Star is Born, but I'm looking forward to watching this because I like Chris Christopherson. I don't have a strong opinion on Barbra Streisand at the time. I know this one is a fan favorite for a lot of folk, but I'm happy about having this clamshell. This one looks really cool, so that's that. Next up is going to be Madeline, Lost in Paris from Disney. I guess it's just distributed by Disney, but I don't think it's an actual Disney production. So yeah, Madeline, Lost in Paris, her first animated feature film. I believe I watched this when I was maybe in middle school. I don't remember much about this. This animation style looks very different, so maybe I haven't seen this one. But yeah, Madeline, Lost in Paris. If you've seen this, let me know how it is, and then maybe I'll do it for an episode for the commentaries for this channel. Next up is going to be the weirdest dinosaur movie, Walt Disney's Dinosaur, which I remember vividly when this came out. This is, I believe, from the year 2000. The trailer that they had in theaters was just the opening prologue. I'm going to say is the first 5 minutes is perfect, and then the rest of the movie quickly sinks. They just completely missed the mark. I can't wait to watch this for the YouTube channel and really dive into it because this movie is just freaking weird, and I would love to discuss this with you guys. All right. We have, I don't know if this is the direct sequel, but it might be one of them. Peter Pan in Return to Neverland. I've only seen the first Peter Pan. I've never seen Hook, never seen any of these animated sequels. I feel like this one came out in the 90s, even if the first one came out in like the 70s. But yeah, Peter Pan, Return to Neverland, has a whole new cast, but a lot of the returning favorites. I remember the alligator. The alligator's cool. The Lost Boys are interesting. Apparently there's an octopus. that makes it high up on my list, at least. But yeah, if you guys have ever seen this movie, please let me know what you think of it. Next up is going to be The Fox and the Hound. Oh, this is the diamond, the black diamond. So again, this is worth $5,000. The original animated classic, The Fox and the Hound. I remember this one being sad. Have not seen this in a long time. Looking forward to rewatching this sometime in the future. But yeah, apparently there's a bear in this. I don't remember the bear at all. He looks scary. We have Disney's The Jungle Book, but not the animated one. This one is the live action one. The first live action Disney movie. Actually, that's not even right. But this one is from the 90s, directed by Steven Sommers. And John Cleese is in this, and Carrie Ellis and Sam Neill. Wow. And I guess the lead is Jason Scott Lee. But dude, this kid looks freaking jacked. Man, Mowgli. All right. Can't wait to watch this. I remember they had that leather, again, it feels stupid to call a live action when it was, when like 99% of it was animated basically, but I didn't like the other one from Jon Favreau. And I know Netflix had one from Andy Serkis, but I didn't get a chance to watch that one. But yeah, I'm looking forward to watching The Jungle Book, and maybe we'll do this for the channel because this one looks like a trip. All right. All right, cool. So we're going to curate this a little bit because this stack has some of the VHS tapes that I'm most excited to discuss. From the Gold collection, I don't know how rare this is, but Alice in Wonderland, which is always a trip. Fantastic movie. Would love to revisit this again. We got Off With Her Head, we got White Rabbit, the hit song, we got the Cheshire Cat, we got the Mad Hatter from Batman. But yeah, this movie's a heck of a lot of fun. Looking forward to revisiting this. Okay, so let's go into the hit movie, The Secret Garden. This movie, I remember watching this when I was younger, and I thought we had it, but I can't remember, apparently we didn't. So this is brought to you by American Zoetrope. This is from Francis Ford Coppola's production house. This movie has Maggie Smith. Oh, that's fun. Oh, DP is Roger Deakins. That's fun. That's about it. I'm looking forward to revisiting this. This is from '93. So we have the sequel to The Little Mermaid, The Little Mermaid 2, Return to the Sea. I guess kind of like The Fox and the Hound 2, this one is where Ariel and, what's his face, the prince, they have a kid, and then the girl is her, presumably, and she wants to return to the sea to see, I don't know, her grandfather, I guess. Now we have the 3 VHS tapes that I'm most excited to discuss. Let's kind of go in order of what I think is the coolest. Chalk this up to being in the list of movies that I completely forgot that were released on VHS is going to be Mike Myers in Dr. Seuss's The Cat in the Hat. This movie is a trip. Alec Baldwin's in this? Wow. Oh, so it's Dakota Johnson, and then there's that one kid from Disney Television, I think. I would love to watch this for the channel. This one's gonna be a lot of fun because it's so freaking weird. Grab a place on the couch or go find a seat for you're in a wonderful Dr. Seuss treat. The Cat in the Hat, who goes by that name, is played by Mike Myers of comedy fame. It starts with 2 kids on a cold, wet day. Their mom is at work and they've no games to play. Then in walks the fun in the form of a cat who pulls out the laughs from the brim of his hat. Things really get wild when the cat and his crew, who go by the name of Thing 1 and Thing 2, take to the house of Conrad and Sally in this fine family film that's right up your alley. Wow. That is fun. I had no idea that they decided to make the back of it in a rhyming scheme. That's a lot of fun. Yeah, this movie's weird. Can't wait to watch it. By God, we're going to definitely be watching this for the YouTube channel. It's going to be Batman Beyond, the movie. A new hero for a new era. Yeah, this movie is awesome. I can't wait to watch this again. I watched the show loyally when it came out, probably 2 decades ago. And, oh, it's only 41 minutes. Wow. So this came out in 1999, and this has the great late Kevin Conroy and George Takei and a bunch of other really cool people, I'm pretty sure. The show is amazing. I have not seen the movie in a long time, but I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, you'll be seeing this definitely on the channel soon. The highlight of this box is going to be by far a Japanese edition of Kiki's Delivery Service. Whoever decided to donate this, I'm so happy I was able to grab this before it was tossed into a dumpster. This movie is an all-time classic for me and my wife. I have a small handful of other Studio Ghibli Miyazaki movies in my collection, but it'll be really fun to see this, especially with Miyazaki coming up with his next movie in 2023. This will be a lot of fun to revisit. Let me know if you guys have ever seen Kiki's Delivery Service. This movie's amazing. Last but not least, we're going to discuss the handful of tapes that are in Japanese. We got 6 tapes, only one of them does not have a case, unfortunately. And I had a lovely person on Reddit do a quick translation of them. And most of these I was able to kind of distinguish what their stories are about, but I'm pretty sure all of these are like all of maybe 10 or 15 minutes long, which is wild. You can see how much tape is actually on here. But so this first one, number 4 out of this total collection, is going to be, again, pardon me for pronunciations, Princess Kaguya. And then the second one, the bottom one, is going to be the Slit-Tongued Sparrow. Number 9 in this collection, and it's going to be the Sun-High Boy, and a sun is about 3 centimeters, so he's a very small kid. And then the bottom one is going to be called the Monkey Crab Battle. And now we're getting into the ones that are, I could have predicted what they would have been, but I just to make sure, I wanted to get a proper translation. So this one is going to be, the top one is going to be the White Snow Princess, aka Snow White, and then we have the Wizard of Oz. Both of these we featured in this collection earlier, so it was just kind of fun. Number 4 out of mine, 12 in this official collection, is going to be Peter Pan. And then the second one is going to be the Thumb Princess, aka Thumbelina. And then we have, this one unfortunately just didn't have a clamshell, but we were able to get a name for it, where this one's going to be Pinocchio and the Mermaid Princess, aka the Little Mermaid. And you can kind of see what they look like on the side of the case right there. And then lastly is going to be, we have number 15 in this total collection is going to be Cinderella and Aladdin and the Magic Lamp. But yeah, these, I can't wait to watch these. These are going to be a heck of a lot of fun to see for the first time and see what they're like in contrast to the Disney originals, I suppose. So this was all the VHS tapes that I had in this second box out of this first batch from my local thrift store. My top favorite one is definitely going to be Batman Beyond, Kiki's Delivery Service, and then Cat in the Hat. But please let me know what you guys think is the best tape out of this collection. And please let me know if there's any in particular that you would want me to watch in full for the channel. Thank you for joining us for this VHS haul for Tape Time with Tom. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I know I don't say that all that often. It should go theoretically with that saying, but it is always good to say. Thank you for joining us, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.